Started the rolling over. Successful with wickets. And oh, that was a brilliant ball. Going for a single. No, won't be a close call even at the striker's end. That'll be fine. That'll be end of the over. It's 4 for 5 for 1.
Time he had with the ball the other day. Now start of the second over. Mujib being brought into the attack by Chris Gale. Roshan mentioned about a slower ball. If anybody you'd expect to pick a slower ball would be a West Indian, because Bravo. Oh, was that hard to call it a chance? It's pretty harsh on the fielder. Tantalizingly shot. But we've had some action already. There's a wicket, some good bowling, a good shot, ball falling shot as well. It's all happening here. Look at that, well shot, well shot. That was coming back in, a quick single, good cricket all around. We're going to take a look at it in the replay, whether it would have been as close as we thought it was. Direct hit always means a death knell for the batsman. Look at that. No, it was in. It was just in. Good running, it has to be said, Roshan.
Yeah, but they have to be careful. We've seen some really good throws in the contest so far. Mujib into the attack. With the power play on. One towards third man. So let's say deep backward point outside the circle. And also one perhaps at backward square leg.
Get on!
Yeah, very careful. Now this is good bowling. Very good bowling. Every dot in T20. That's how the pitch looked like at the start. They're playing on pitch number 3. As we spoke to the curator earlier on. And slight patches of dry grass which you can see. Perhaps a few cracks here and there, which would make it interesting because spinners have been really taking all the glory, Sri.
Absolutely. From a distance, it looks a little wet. And yesterday I was asking the curator, he said it's because they use a black soil. It gives a wet look from a distance. It's firm enough. But one thing we do know, oh, again, a close one, an overthrow, resulting in an extra run, but good tidying up. Coming back to the pitch, we do know already that it's on the slower side, on the lower side. And the groundsmen have their task cut out to keep it in a good condition, especially if there's going to be intermittent rain. That makes it harder. That would have been curtains for the batsman. Is living dangerously at the moment.
You know, Sri, snatching singles are great, but not at the expense of losing a wicket. Oh, that's brilliantly cut, gone! What a catch! Reacted incredibly one. And well, UP Brit Stars are now under trouble.
Shubham ever so slowly walking away. It seems he needs a crane to be moved away from that pitch. More than anything else, he is disappointed with the shot that he played. It was there to be played, but of all the spaces that he had, he decided to miss everything and spoon it straight into the hands of the fielder there. Making no mistake was the fielder, pouching it quite safely. Shubham makes it way back to the hut. He is gone for 2, a short stay of 3 balls. And it's not the kind of starts UP wanted. 8 for 2. 1 ball to go in the second over. Trying to pull, not quite getting a hold of it. And the fielder has his stars cut out, but teasing him to the boundary. The ball wins. A boundary to end over number 2, 12 for 2 UP.
So, end of 2 overs, 2 wickets lost by UP Stars, not the kind of start they would have wanted. Just 12 runs in their kitty, and Jermaine Blackwood has a task in hand. It'll be interesting to see how they work their way through this. Especially when you come back after a victory. Getting out to start like this really says that the Northern Challengers have a very good squad. So Bhati continues. Yeah, another single coming in.
Gale will be very happy with the proceedings so far. The bowlers have by and large stuck to a very tight line, and the catching has been good as well, as we now know. And they would want to keep that stranglehold. The power plays, as we know, very, very important. So if you concede the least amount of runs in the power play, that's going to put tremendous pressure on the batting lineup, and especially when you lost 2 wickets as early as in the first couple of overs, then it's difficult as a batting side.
What they'll be looking at a total at least around 180 or 170, which could still be competitive, surface like this. Oh, that is stunning for the start. UP Brit Stars take a bow, Rohit. Incredible timing, and you know what comes after that. They pulled a lever.
Minimum fuss. Minimum fuss and great result. 1 bounce into the fence, 4 runs. That will get him going. He just faced 2 balls, scored 8 runs. And this is what UP Brit Stars need at the moment. They want to ensure that they don't get bogged down. Someone has to accelerate. Blackwood maybe can play the sheet angles role here, if at all there is one in T20 cricket. And the batsman at the other end, in this case Rohit, might go hammer and tongs, because run rate is absolutely important. You don't want to consume too many balls and end up scoring nothing, because that's going to put you under tremendous pressure going into the back end of the innings.
Jermaine Blackwood, with the kind of striker that he has been around in the last couple of seasons, he can shift gears when needed, and that's the best thing that Jamaican can do. Oh, slow again, not really coming onto the bat, so they'll be wary about that. And I'm sure Jermaine Blackwood is guiding the youngster there. The batter has just come in at that point. You have a look at this, again rolling the fingers, and then you realize with a little bit of movement that you're getting on the surface. You have to be a little careful with not getting the under edge and off to the stump. Subodh Bhati will be pretty aware about that situation.
A single taken. Roshan, your point is absolutely spot on. Jermaine Blackwood guiding the youngster. That is a salient feature of the global recruitment that happens in league cricket, where an experienced West Indian hand can guide a young Indian from the northern part of India, and vice versa too. Last ball of the 3rd over coming up. Slower one, holding it in the air, a quick single taken, good cricket all around, a single to end, 21 for 2 after 3.
Come and watch us on the comms, in the English commentary of the Big Cricket League. end of 3 overs, 21 for 2 is what the UP Brit Stars are at right now. And a lot of thinking out there. And if you look at how the runs have come so far, 7 singles, 3 fours. So Abhishek Sakuja has come in. So they've introduced the spin right away, not really wasting too much time, realizing there could be a potential with the conditions around and the surface. Let's have a look. So with all the professional, international players and aspiring cricketers, I'd like to put it across. You know, think of this, Sri. One day you're playing in a street in Kolkata or Mumbai, and the next day you're rubbing shoulders with somebody like Chris Gayle, and that will come down for another boundary. And that's, I think, the beauty of cricket in our country. You see them watching everywhere.
Come to that, Roshan, but this was a loosener, short and wide and asking to be hit and put away, finding the gap rather effortlessly for a boundary. Yes, you're absolutely spot on. What a learning experience for some of these aspiring cricketers being picked up from various parts of the country. And now the introduction of spin was expected, but it has to be said the seamers have done a fantastic job, especially Subodh. An overthrow there, no damage done. The universe boss doing the tidying up there. He has seen it all, done it all. Coming back to the point, although it's going to be the spinners leading the pack over here, but the seamers, especially Subodh, did a fantastic job. He got some movement, there was some space, nippiness. Oh, almost dragged it back onto the stumps. A reckless shot, inside edge, resulting in a single. Sakuja, it has to be said, slowly hitting the strap there. Look at the ball, it's just looping, it's taking eternity to reach the batsman. Gives you an indication of the slowness of the pitch.
Yeah, quick single down there. UP Brit Stars have to keep it rolling for them, and that is more imperative right now. They can get a couple of 4s and 6s at the start. And this one swung his bat, and I'm sure with that power play still on, that would be a simple and single boundary that comes his way. Sakuja has to rethink the strategies when it comes down to this part, because when you have the likes of Jermaine Blackwood swinging his arm, you're up for a tough battle.
The left arm spinner seems to be struggling. This was again way too short and sitting up nicely to be hit, and not missing out on that, Blackwood. Yes. Much better. Oh, there's a misfield. He attacked the ball, but took his eye off the ball, I suppose, resulting in an extra run. And that ends the over. 33 for 2.
Hello and welcome to the Big Cricket League. You can watch us live on Eurosport in Bangkok when we are being spotting the shots of what's happening. Big man is playing today with his game. Be ready. End of 4, 33 for 2, and we'd have expected the likes of Kenny Lewis starting around, but went for absolutely nothing. And Jermaine Blackwood is now taken up on himself to anchor that inning. Seeing the conversation happening between Chris Gayle and Jermaine Blackwood while they're going into that. Interestingly, Sri, we've had the likes of Shikhar Dhawan, who has been a part of Northern Challengers in the very first season. And well, I'm sure when he's watching the game, there could have been quick tips coming in from him. And that's what Northern Challengers, who look a very good squad, they're playing their first game. We've seen the likes of Gujarat Diamonds yesterday. The Mumbai Marines, the defending champions, have been under pressure. So Ankul has been brought into the attack right now from the far end. And with a caliber of player like him. Interesting. I'm sure they will act that slightly miscued and be a comfortable catch. And first ball, wicket for Uncle then. Cool, calm and composed. But this is not good news for UP Brit Stars. They've lost the third one now.
Hurried on to him. He just sliced it in the air. Not the way he wanted to execute that. Not where he wanted to hit it. A leading edge and the fielder doing the rest. That's wicket number 3 and a wicket of the first ball. Isn't he a happy man? 33 for 3 UP Brit Stars. So left arm spin from both ends of the wicket, and Uncle having his tail up, taken a wicket of the very first ball, and that brings the stand-in skipper Chirag Gandhi. Remember Shikhar Dhawan, who led his side in the first game and was the architect of that chase, is not in action today. He's been replaced by Chirag Gandhi as a skipper, and I think he also would have preferred to probably bowl first on this wicket, but that's how cricket is. That's how the toss goes. Sometimes you win, sometimes you don't. But champion side never give an excuse. You got to make the most of what is given to you. On the day, it is 33 for 3 in the 5th over.
Oh yeah, well bowled.
Well bowled. He is hitting the money right away. Roshan, when the other left-arm spinner struggled a bit, this one seems to be right on the money to start with.
Oh.
Yeah, just between mid and leg. Puts it on across towards mid-wicket for a single. This was that wicket which turned in. Got it in his favour. A simple catch down. Yeah, this time drived it straight. Wonderful piece of fielding. It was a great effort down. Splendid effort. So this is the kind of fielding that you must expect from the team and keep it as a benchmark. Jermaine Blackwood there was expecting to run. And then very well. And another one which comes into his kitty. 2 back-to-back saves. Well, I reckon there should be a buzzer for good fielding as well, Sri.
There should be. We have seen some good catches already. None better than what Shikhar Dhawan took on day 1. And invariably that is followed by the celebration. Last ball of the over. Oh, cheeky. And not quite the pace on the ball. A slight misfield. In spite of that, keeping it down to a single. 36 for 3 after 5.
Now, have a look at that, how things have spiraled for UP Brit Stars. Perhaps a downward spiral for them with 3 wickets down. I'm not sure if they were expecting a situation like this. So that speaks volumes about somebody of a player of a caliber of Shikhar Dhawan, who gave them a firm anchorage at the start and eventually scoring 80 at the start. Jermaine Blackwood is now doing that role. Yeah, I think what they will be coming up with eventually is trying to target a bowler where they have the last over of the power play right now. They have to make the best out of it. At least you get around 50 into this one. It'll be still good.
Yes, the caliber of the player is one, but grabbing your chances is another. That's four. Nobody moved. Nobody had to, because that was hit with tremendous power and right in the gap. Chirag, that's easy put away, but still it had to be put away, and he did that in grand style. Coming back to the point, Roshan, yes, Shiga played an innings of 80, but not to forget, he also got a reprieve. He was dropped. So from that perspective, credit should be given to Northern Challengers for the way they are bowled. By and large, they have managed a tight line. So 40 for 3, we are in the last 3 balls of the first power play. That's again very, very well bowled. It is very teasing. No matter who you are as a batsman, you can't do much about it. Got to pay some respect. This is the last innings of Chirag Gandhi. He played some fantastic shots. Was one of the vital cogs in that wheel of UP Stars. Of course, led by Shikhar Dhawan, but do not forget this innings. Beautiful one. A single.
Jermaine Blackwood had the conversation watching him in between the overs with Chirag Gandhi. Yeah, cleverly played now. I think the very first word they'll be giving is, take it slow. They need to save their wickets for now. At the end of the over, it's 43 for 3. as he would have wanted, but it's Jermaine Blackwood, and Sakuj has been brought into the attack, rather Uncle. It is into the attack right now. So they're just taking it slow and steady. Perhaps not something that you want to see in a T20, especially when under pressure. The first 6 overs has been defining T20 cricket everywhere around the world.
Oh, yeah.
Yet again. But the good part is their rotating strike, which is still better. So 25 runs. Yeah, I think signs of things to come. He's wanting to swing his bat.
Watch it.
So, if you're watching us live and if that cricketing dream of yours is lingering down there, you can be a part of the Big Cricket League while the thrilling action of the Big Cricket League Season 2 continues here. Registration for Season 3 has already started, and swinging his arm, one bounce, I guess, into the boundary. So Jermaine Blackwood is now accelerating, and finally you can see the signs of boundaries coming in after a long time. This was a pretty good one into that. Yeah. So Big Cricket League is an aspiring and amateur and international cricketers playing together, sharing the field. We're watching us live. This very season, we're witnessing talented amateur players competing alongside the likes of Chris Gale and others. While we have a boundary up back-to-back by Jermaine Blackwood. This is exceptional stuff. Chris Gale would be watching. Just try to cut that throw off and then finding the gap right away. And talking about how the stars like Chris Gale, Shikhar Dhawan, Harbhajan Singh applying the trade here. So the search begins for the next big stars of the Big Cricket League. That's the end of the over. It's 65 for 3.
Let's go, lads, let's go.
So Jermaine Blackwood there, accelerating after quite a long break and with back-to-back boundaries.
You ready? Come on.
So Anwar has been brought into the attack now. Now all spinners are being introduced. They realize that there could be something in for the spinners.
Let's go.
Yeah, partnership is building really nicely here. 32 of 29 among these 2 star players for the UP Stars. Leg spinner, this is going to be an important time of the innings. 2 right-handers, a leg spinner. Jermaine Blackwood, if it's in his arc, he's going for it, that's for sure.
Yeah, just try to play that late cut down. A single coming up. I've seen how T20 cricket has transcended over the years for Rees. But now power play is doing most of the talking and result being driven in that favor. Yeah, this time gets a chance to swing his arm and that will run for a boundary easily. You do not give that ball to Jermaine Blackwood because everybody going to do that. Like Parviz mentioned, it's going to be a walk in the garden for him. So he's really accelerating right now.
Easy pickings. I was asking to be put away, and Jermaine Blackwood, he is a strong man, especially through the offside. What he made sure really good was he made sure that the fielder at the 30-yard circle to his left and the sweeper cover, I think Angelo Pereira. Usually quite quick. He had no time. That's much better. Little fuller, a hint of turn. It's all about the length when you bowl a leg spin. And very good comeback.
Yeah, was very close this time round. He has to be careful about that. And I think they realize the fact they were doing that to Shikhar Dhawan as well. Mumbai Marines playing on. Trying to put them in a little bit of spot.
Keep it!
That's the strength. Yeah, off to the keeper. Oh, that could have been close if it was a direct hit. Kind of would have been close. So,
Good fish.
10-4 in this inning so far. And Banwar Singh Panwar is out here. Was inching close to the 10-over mark right now, halfway through.
Oh, yes.
Brits does have a chance. Yes, is a call for the single. We'll get that right away.
With that boundary being gifted away, it's not a good, not a bad comeback, beg your pardon, by Banwar. He's making sure that keeping things in check.
So another single there to end that over, I guess. We'll still have to wait and watch. No, wouldn't be a boundary. Azhar was at it right away. And I reckon we are heading out for the strategic timeout is what I suspect. And yes, it is. 72 for 3 at the end of 10. Kind of start they got last time round, but unfortunately. So we're out from the quorum strategic timeout. And the man with the 333 behind him in charge of today's game. Pretty articulate about what he feels about the league so far. Was in the toss with Faviz Maroof in the conversation earlier on. So much to learn for these young lads from somebody's presence like this out there.
We got risky.
I've seen Chris Gale playing many leagues around the world after retirement, and probably the first time we've seen him, he's going to field the entire 20 overs. That's to me is that he's taking this league serious, so that's a good sign.
We need one more.
This will certainly boost the youngsters of the Northern Challengers. Having the likes of Phil Mustard, Angelo Pereira and all these international stars, including Rishi Dhawan in the side. Certainly a win-win situation for the amateurs who's playing in this league.
Yeah, boss.
It's a very interesting story of all the aspirant talent that we speak about for Rees. I've seen a lot of people in the 35s and 40s who have the dream of playing professional cricket, have to leave out because of the responsibilities. This platform serves as a very good
Oh!
sign for them, and yes, as a very good bowl. Jermaine Blackwood is caught off guard.
Yeah, on the story of the Big Cricket League, I think it's an untapped market where Big Cricket League has touched. That is, with India having the biggest population of what 1.2 billion, and so many players, even though they are good enough, they will not play it. While speaking that, that's a good shot by Jermaine Blackwood. Did tell you in the last over, is very, very strong through the offside. Can be in the back foot, can be in the front foot. Most of the time when he hits it, it stays it.
Yeah, I think got that spot on with that little gap that he found earlier on. Yeah, calling for a quick single. It could be close. Oh, I think he's might as well just hit his leg. That's very, very close out there. So they are really taking the cheeky singles.
Chirag as well as Blackwood, both are quite quick among the wickets. Take a look at this, straight away. A direct hit would have been a different story. But this is the right way to go. Boundary followed by a single.
I think they have inculcated that culture of running quick between the wickets. We've seen Shikhar Dhawan and Kenna Lewis do that yesterday. And a lot of you all feel that Kenna could be one of those who might not prefer running, but he runs one of the quickest in the team. Price comes down the track. They have a man does very well out there in a long off position, but they'll get 2 runs.
A one-handed effort at a long off. Certainly that was hit with fierce power by Jermaine Blackwood. He's making his intentions quite clear. He's on 47 of 36. He's looking for 4s and 6s whenever the situation has given him that opportunity. End of the 11th, 81 for 3.
Come on, lad, let's get it over with.
So these may look like the skyscrapers out here in Delhi or Gurgaon, but that's been the story so far of the UP Brit Stars. Talk about how their runs have come in. Jermaine Blackwood on strike, goes for the big hit. Has he cleared all the distance? If he has, yes sir, that'll be a 50 up for Jermaine Blackwood. And in sensational fashion, he would reach that milestone. What a man, Comet the hour, Comet the man, Jermaine Blackwood.
That was powerfully played. First maximum of the game, courtesy Jermaine Blackwood, would have cleared any grounds in the world. So on the shorter side again, asking to be put away in styles and into the grass banks. The second half century of the tournament, the first one, Blackwood skipper in the first game, Shikhar Dhawan, and Blackwood is hungry for more.
Yeah, I think once you taste blood, there's no coming back. The most important part is he's anchored the Brit Stars innings and stood the ground when the team needed the most. A lot of times you're tempted to take the shots, go beyond understanding, but this man has played sensible cricket today. 55 of 39, 1 6 and 4 sevens.
Oh.
Tried to sweep that through, had to reach out really far, playing against the spin. Chirag Gandhi has kind of maintained that and will be giving a lot more strike to Jermaine Blackwood. Looks in fine fettle right now. Eyes on the ball till there. I think one thing you love about Jermaine Blackwood.
Oh, yeah,
Oh!
well bowled.
Well, that turned in. That was quite a turn for Rees.
Don't think Blackwood read the googly here. One would almost had him. Trying to open up the offside. If he had picked it up early, he would have easily pulled across to mid-wicket or long on.
Ball.
Anything full up. Blackwood is looking for something full.
No,
If he had kept a good shape and had the idea of going over the extra cow field, that would have been more successful.
So once the restriction has gone off, they're trying to get again. Plays it wide outside off for 2 runs, I reckon. It'll be 2 runs then. At the end of the over, it's 92 for 3.
Ball. Let's go. Hurry up.
So Mujib has been brought into the attack. Taken 1 wicket so far for Northern Challengers. And again changing his stance, just readjusting himself to get the maximum, but we spoke about it. Trying to get that short over mid-wicket sometimes. So UP Brit Stars would be looking forward to get at least around 150 odd into this game if they can continue, and we are sure Jermaine Blackwood can really pull the lever when it's needed. Chirag Gandhi has a hitting arm as well. Very well delivered again. Try to just nick that through in for another single, I guess.
All eyes on Jermaine Blackwood. Came in at number 3 after fall of wicket of Kenna Lewis, his countryman. Since he came in, he looked really good. What's impressed me most, the use of the crease, making sure not only the front foot, even the back foot play is quite powerful. In the air, and a very good catch at cow point. That was excellent by Mujib, who picks up the bronze award with that 2nd wicket. And I thought for a second Blackwood that found the gap, but unfortunately finds the field at cow point as Mujib picks up his 2nd.
Yeah, I think he goes forward to come in for the chorus bronze buzzer. You look at that, it's activated right now after the 2 wickets that he has taken. So this is the risk and reward system that has come in. This is the wicket which came in. Got a big one. It's activated. So off he goes in after a very, very good innings of 57 or 43. That'll be the end of that illustrious inning. 94 for 4. So Vikas Sikarwar comes in, right-handed batter there, and coming in from that amateur category, but it opens up a lot of rewards for him, like we did for Mujib right now, the Quorum bronze buzzer. Oh, very well played. That was beautiful late cut up above for a boundary.
Good cricket. Good bouncer by Mujib. The very first ball, because had the presence of mind to know exactly where the field was. Well directed bouncer, nicely glided towards third man. Good cricket all round.
It reminds me a lot more of likes of Virendra Sehwag. Seamers coming in at full swing and just stand and deliver, flick it over. So Vikas starts with an incredible boundary. Oh, there's a low full tosser, tried to go in for the appeal. I don't think he would have been interested. So this is why things changed about. Was that delivery which came in, Jermaine Blackwood tried to play it along. The player was marked in there and a good catch in the end. So they're almost on the verge of that 100. Muji, 25,000 then with the bronze buzzer that is activated. Very well delivered yet again in that good length delivery earlier on, and now changing his end of the over. It's 100 up for the UP Blitz Stars. So they've reached the 100 mark with a loss of 4 wickets. UP Brit Stars out there, and this story continues in that situation, which they have to come out of. 150 odd would still be a good total for them from where they have started out. And Vikas has just come in, homed a boundary at the start, brings in Chirag Gandhi. Oh, that is brilliant again. Tried to switch it over, had too much of room there and run for a boundary. So let's go down to Suryanshi, who has Shivan Mendes along with her.
From the dugout of UK Brit Stars, I am joined by the Sri Lankan all-rounder Jeevan Mendes. Jeevan, if you see at the moment, the score is 104 for 4 wicket. You have lost the wicket in succession during the power play. How do you see the succession going on from here?
You know,
Oh, yeah, well,
when the times goes by, ball get very softer. It's very difficult to hit the big shots. So I think we need to bat till probably 70th without giving, because then probably last 4 overs probably give it a go.
Yeah, in the absence of Shikhar Dhawan, how do you see the batting lineup shaping up, especially when you saw the contribution of Blackwood?
Yeah, definitely. I think he's having a break after getting a big score other day. It's affecting a lot, but it's a good opportunity for youngsters to put up their hands and do well for their team.
And that's where the BCL comes, the amateur cricket and their exposure. What do you think will be the score?
Probably 165. I think 155-70 is going to be a good score, because with the kind of spinners we have, a lot of good youngsters, and fielding-wise we are doing really well. Probably we can give it a go.
So it still looks positive from the dugout of UP Brit Stars, but let's see what will unfold on the pitch. Back to the comms.
So series of 4s coming in from the likes of Vikas, who's been incredible in form. In fact, it was Chirag Gandhi right now. Got the ball, you get the space, you're going to punish a delivery like that. Again, this time moving a little out towards leg side, slowly coming on to him. Chirag Gandhi is now moving in closer to his score. Has been a pretty phenomenal hand in whichever team he plays last time round as well. Banwar this time has gone for a lot of runs, 2 4s already in this over, and I'm sure they want another one coming in. Can we have a big one coming in from this one? The question is, no, there's a brilliant ball. Oh, yeah, you've seen Phil Mustard there with that animated character that he is. Lovely lad to speak around. End of the over. It's 1-1-1 for 4.
6 overs to go. 111 for 4. The UP Stars. I think at least a 150, 160 in this pitch is certainly a score that the UP Stars, who've been after being put into bat, will be targeting. And Mujib is into his third over, 2 for 14. Won the bronze and he's up for the silver if he picks one more wicket. I'm pretty sure the young man will be having that thought back of the mind.
Chirag Gandhi, the stand-in skipper. Not a lightning express innings, but a steady one, a responsible one. Hurried on to him. Managing to take a single.
Nawa se Nawa
You
kapan na.
have 34.
Nawa gloves.
This is the registration open for Big Cricket League Season 3. All you need to do is log on to www.bigcricketleague.com. Register yourself and join the action. What an opportunity that you don't want to miss. Straying in line. Mustard having his task cut out. With 34 balls remaining. It just might be fasten your seatbelts time. 6 wickets in hand. How do you look at the proceedings, Furbies? Is it time for them to go hammer and tongs or wait for another couple of overs?
Ideally, Chirag Gandhi should be the one who's wanting to anchor the innings at least till about the 18th over. And Vikas to be the aggressor. But looking at how things have panned out in the last 3 deliveries or so, looks like Chirag Gandhi is the one who's going to up the ante. Mujib is no slouch with the ball. He's quite quick. He has that good bouncer, a decent pace, trying to go for the Yorker. Certainly good game in hand. When he was bossing the house, he'll be itching to get out there on a decent pitch to entertain one and all.
If the challengers can get another wicket, especially that of the captain Chirag Gandhi, that is going to put pressure on the batting lineup, and that can make a difference of at least 15 runs in the final equation, which can be crucial. A very, very crucial period of this innings. If they can manage to get to the 17th over mark without further loss, the last 3 overs, they can go hammer and tongs, and that will have set a good launching pad. Some work to do. He will have to go back and bowl again. A wide, well taken by Mustard.
Smart batting by Chirag, gave himself room, trying to go the off stump, and Mujib wanted to follow him. Hence, that's what happened. Take a look at that, yeah. Opening up the offside. Don't think you can fault the young man Mujib for much. Maybe a bit of reverse swing down the leg side, made sure that the ball was going even more drifting towards leg side, as Phil Mustard did a decent job in stopping that ball. A single to end the 15th. It's 118 for 4.
Balls remaining in this UP Bristol's innings. That's after Chris Gale, the universe boss, captaining the Northern Challengers today, won the toss and decided that he will bowl first. Had a pretty tight start to their bowling innings. Kept the batsmen on a leash, but some good shots from the West Indian Blackfoot in between. Made it a good contest so far. 5 overs remaining. How many more can they score, and what's the score they're going to end up with? That's the question on everybody's mind. Sakuja to continue. and comfortable too in the end. For me, it's interesting to see that batsmen are willing to come to the front foot, which is on the contrary to what we saw yesterday.
Just before that, wonderful piece of fielding by Angelo Pereira at deep extra cover. I thought the ball had run past him, putting the dive out and saving a couple of runs. The shorter side. Sakuja is a bowler who loves to bowl a bit quicker, a bit flatter. But what he has to make sure is that to get the batsman to the front foot, especially Chirag Gandhi, a settled batter will pick the length better than the new batter. So this is where Sakuja, for me, is much better bowler than none for 30 of 3.2 overs.
It took a bit of time to find his footing. On the other hand, the other left-arm spinner, Uncle, got into his groove very early. Now coming down the track, swatting it away on the offside.
Make sure.
One might feel a bit too much of a risk for a single, but that's how this game goes. But not to forget the twos that have come in. It's not just about the sixes or the fours. When you take singles and convert the singles into twos, you keep the scoreboard ticking. Now that is driven with some force. Straight to the fielder, a single. The fielding has been generally good.
And one area also that I like to give credit to the North Challengers is their over rate. Just over an hour and 6 minutes with a 2.5 minutes strategic timeout. I think Northern Challengers have been really good. That's close. That is certainly close. Probably just heading down the leg side, maybe a bit of inside edge. We'll wait for the umpire's confirmation. And he says leg buys means that he thinks he's going down the leg side. Colonel Phil Mustard, not a happy man.
You're always a candidate for LBW when you try as something as cheeky as that one. Maybe missing the stumps there. The direction of the ball, the angle taking it away. That would have saved him there, but very, very close.
Oh, yeah.
And 16 gone is 125 for 4. Too expensive, otherwise doing a decent job. So Bhatti coming back for his third over. Chirag Gandhi, an interesting cricketer, and he was a part of Gujarat's trophy winning Ranji, Syed Mustaq Ali and Vijay Hazare sides. So he knows what achievement is all about and pressure is all about for this. A pocket-sized dynamite, short-statured cricketer, but nothing short in terms of heart and talent.
Number 999 on Bhatti's jersey. Wonder why? That's one question I would like to ask him. We have a 333 in the universe bot who's fielding at short fine leg. Side of Bhatt, he has 999, and that's one thing that I'm very, very curious to find out. There you go, confirmation. Bhatti having 999. I'm sure his lucky number is 9. And Chris Gale wears 333 because of his highest test score. So that's one reason why. That's a good shot. Coming down the track, Chirag Gandhi, and going over extra cover. One of the hardest shots in the cricketing manual, going over extra cover.
Yeah, but when it comes off, it looks beautiful, isn't it? I mean, it was played with absolute dexterity. And Faviz, I think your point is correct. If you add up all that, it's 27,999, 2 plus 7, 9. So, yeah, it's a good logic. But we'll catch up with him sometime and ask him directly. For the time being, the focus is on his bowling. Again, some muscle. Oh, that would have been a splendid catch had it been pulled off. Not quite. The ball running away to the fence for 4. So some action, some pickup.
A third half century for the tournament. This time it's Chirag Gandhi, all in the same team. Valiant attempt, but if you ask me, Chirag Gandhi deserves a bit of luck the way he has batted, the stand-in skipper for the UP sides today. Yeah, bottom of the bat, he would have loved the middle part of it, and the fielder at long on almost had it covered. Unfortunately, the ball not sticking in the palms as Chirag Gandhi brings up his half century. Oh, off the glove, straight to the neck or the chin. Pretty sure the concussion protocol has to happen now with the physio coming out. And this is the risk you take playing innovative strokes. Yeah, he's confirming that straight to the neck. Lucky not to the face or the chin. And the other part, it was a slower delivery about it. So a lack of pace, maybe. That he's okay. If not, he will be in deep trouble.
I just get the feeling it hit him right underneath that helmet where there's no protection, and that's going to hurt, and it's very evident from his body language right after getting hit. But now the protocols have changed. Rules, strict rules in place. If you get hit, you have to go through that process.
Absolutely. The physio will get out there, get the ice pack out, and also probably ask few questions just to make sure that he is in all a normal self. And we do a lot of interviews with the players, with the match official, with the superstars, the VIPs. Maybe we should convince our producer and director to have an interview with the physio, just to find out what are the questions usually they ask when the concussion test does happen. At the moment, I don't think the physio of the UP side is asking any question. He's just making sure the nice and cold ice bag goes through the neck of Chirag Gandhi. It has become a very important part of any sport at the moment with all the concussion has happened in the past.
This is match number 3, and this is how the first partnership not troubling the scorers. As a wicket of the very second ball for Bhatti. He bowled brilliantly early on, and 2 quick wickets. But Jermaine Blackwood, that's been the backbone of this innings. 57, started pretty slowly and accelerating all the way to 57. This is the second 50 of the match by the stand-in skipper. He's getting some treatment done, but oh boy, before that he played wonderfully well. Caution, missed with aggression. He knew that he had to be there. He was there, but that didn't stop him from playing the odd big shots. The last one bringing up his 50. Back live, 133 for 4. We have 20 deliveries remaining in the innings.
Still to come, Gopal Jatin, Jeevan Mendes. He's a player who can hit the long ball, and Miguel Cummins as well. It's all about Chirag Gandhi making sure that he bats through. If he does, I think even a 180 is certainly gettable.
It's a pretty similar shot that he played earlier. Just muscling it away, not quite getting the timing and straight to the fielder, but a single taken in the meanwhile.
Yeah, usually it's Russell muscle, but with Chirag maybe no muscle, but certainly he will back a punch when he strikes it. 6 fours in his 52 not out of 39, a captain's knock, walking in at number 5.
Slightly slower this time, had to generate the pace. A single to end the proceedings. 17 gone, it's 135 for 4. It's fasten your seatbelts time. Now before that is the registration. The unique concept, the Big League Cricket Season 3. It's started the work already. If you want to be a part of it, all you need to do is log on to www.bigcricketleague.com and make your presence felt. Elevate yourself, take yourself a few notches higher and be a professional cricketer. This is your opportunity. Now for the time being, 18 balls to go. One ball. Intent is clear. Will he clear the fence too? He does! The fielder was interested. He thought he was in business, but by a meter or so, comfortably clearing in the end. Now, is fasten your seatbelts time for this.
Yeah, excellent hit against the turn. Don't think he found the middle of the bat, but big enough. Gave it a real hike, didn't he? The field at mid-wicket was interested for a little while, but agonizingly goes away. Close to being a called a wide, and the square leg umpire wants to have another look. Colonel Phil Mustard quite confident with the appeal, and looking at even Vikas's body language, probably he too is not that confident. Wanted to come down the track. Certainly at the moment he's out of the crease, and he is a goner. He is a goner, and Phil Mustard, he still has it, doesn't he? Agile, and made sure he took the bails off in time.
The old Wiley Fox is still in the business, and he has had a good day as a wicketkeeper. A couple of good takes down the leg, diving on a couple of occasions, and this time a very sharp stumping. That's Tada bye-bye. And he also had a first stumping of the season. It's 141 for 5.
Lefty.
There's a new man in his because it's Mavi. Mavi is gone. He didn't last long. Didn't trouble the scorers. He didn't trouble anybody. Just lasted one ball in the air. And it's also the Dr. Otto Silva buzzer for 2 consecutive wickets.
Certainly the young man will be on a hat-trick when he bowls the next delivery. Mavi, I don't think he picked the googly here. No side is needed. Very first ball, trying to go for that ugly hoiko mid-wicket. And Phil Mustard does the rest. And Mavi gets the buzzer, and the flying kiss comes out. The next delivery, he'll be on a hat-trick. And Mavi gone for a golden duck. 141 for 6 stars.
Righty.
On a hat-trick, Banwar.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Oh, no, buddy, good stuff.
And Mustard encouraging him, buddy, good stuff.
Very good, man.
He's got a peculiar accent, good stuff. You must have worked with a peculiar accent quite a lot. For Fervis, the world has become one through these leagues. It's amazing. Banwar, can he finish well here? Oh! Lucky that he didn't concede too many. That was asking to be hit.
Gandhi missed out there. That was putting away. 2 for 37. This is the last ball of Banwar's spell. Another googly. Neatly swept away.
Let's go, let's
A
go.
dot delivery to the 18. 143 for 6.
Two overs to go. And Bhatti doing a fine job, conceding 8 and over in his 3. He has gone for 1 for 24. And Mujib 2 for 21. Excellent performance from him as well. All the bowlers except Banba was expensive, but picking up 2 wickets in his last over. Bhatti. That was massive. That was conclusive. That was powerful. What a way to start the penultimate over.
In the slot, Bhatti going for the Yorker. He misses it. Gandhi says thank you very much with the bottom man coming through. And into the grass bank he goes towards long on. This is the risk you take as a death bowler. You go for the Yorker against a batter who has batted for so long. You miss the spot and you go the distance.
This is good comeback. He has a bag of tricks.
I think the best way forward for the seamers did the throw is bowling cutters into the pitch. Couple of wickets in the previous over. Mavi trying to go, locked him, got the silver buzzer, the young man, and rewarded 50k. Dr. Ortho silver buzzer, beg your pardon, gentlemen, as well as ladies. And young man has pocketed 50k.
It's in the air and Universe Boss pouches it comfortably. Those bucket hands. We're not going to miss it or drop it. And Gandhi, after playing a fine hand, a captain's knock of 59 of 42 deliveries, I beg your pardon, is slowly trudging away.
Yeah, slow balls into the pitch is the way forward, I think, in this surface. Bhatti learning quick. The first ball went for a maximum. The second was a dot delivery, courtesy of a slow one. The third one goes in the big buckets of Universe Boss. Took it pretty easily, and Bhatti at the last laugh dismissing the skipper of the Stars. Chirag Gandhi gone 59. Stars 149 for 7.
Jeevan Mendes, the experienced campaigner, had a good outing with the ball in the last match, and now he has to do his job with the bat with 9 deliveries remaining in the innings. 149, one shy of 150. Oh, well bowled. I'm quite impressed with this young guy, Bhatti. He has a variety of tricks up his sleeve and is using them pretty well as well.
A nice disguise, slow delivery. That was a dismissal of Chirag Gandhi. I think looking at Bhatti, the impressive part about him to me has been how quickly he adapts his game. Started off decently well, was quite expensive in the middle overs, but he's finishing off pretty well for the Northern Challengers. Another slower delivery. Make it 4 slower deliveries on the trot by Bhatti.
Premeditated. The ball taking forever to reach the bat, and deceived was a leg spinner. Last ball of the penultimate over. Again, well done. Just a single coming off it. A very, very well bowled over. 150 is brought up with 1 to go. 150 for 7. So the last one, this is how the 50s came. First took a bit of time, 44 the longest, and second was the quickest in 34. Starting with a wide, Mujib, his last over, 2 for 21, very good figure so far. And he would want to ensure that he doesn't spoil it. And on the other hand, the two batsmen would try to maximize. 6 balls to go. 151, a decent score. But UP wouldn't be extremely happy with that, I'm sure. They will be looking at a lot more than that. Again, another wide. This will help the batting side.
What we don't want is a thunderstorm, but what we'd like to see is a gale storm when this man comes to bat in the next innings. Probably take an over or two just to get his eye in, and when he does, this stadium will be not so big enough for those massive sixers that Chris Gale can tonk. So that's something that I'm really looking forward to. In the air, in the gap as well, just over Rishi Dhawan. Should be at least couple. And does the job pretty well.
The fielders in, so which means that if he could get them over the top, the few runs to be taken. He didn't have enough flex to go to the boundary, but a couple of runs. There's the boundary checks. We need to see if there was any chance of that being a 4. Here we go. That's a touch and goes a lot closer than what you think it is. But I just get the feeling that he might just be safe there, but you never know. A tough one.
The right foot is over the boundary cushions, but not too sure whether it's touching the ground. This is where the dilemma would be for the third umpire. Matter of couple of runs here can be the difference at the end. So the third umpire got to get it spot on. Not too sure. That's where the last bit of the ball touching the fingers of the fielder. And is his right foot over the cushions touching the grounds? That's a big question. For me, I think that's a 4. Taking a look at the angles, what we have.
The skirting is hiding our vision. We don't know if the heel is touching the ground at the time of his hand in contact with the ball. That's a problem here, and you don't have another angle. Finally, making up his mind is the umpire and doing the stretching exercise. It's 4. A good start. 2 wides and 4. 6 coming off the first delivery.
Yeah, the fielder at mid-off as well as Rishi Dhawan at extra cover is not happy, but I think all the evidence what the third umpire had, he made the right call.
The benefit of the doubt always goes to the batsman. That's a single. The bowler will be happy with that one. At any cost, you don't want to go for boundaries in the final over. From the UP's perspective, they would be looking at 170. Can they get 13 more? You need a couple of big hits for that. Gopal on strike. He can use a long handle. But on the other hand, Mujib has done a very good job for us so far. 28 for 2. Oh,
Very good, very good.
it's a wide. Trying to stay away from the hitting zone and going too far wide.
One may argue that the batsman was going outside the yaw stump, and the line too has to go a little outside the yaw stump. Touch and go, but most of the time, benefit of the doubt. Gone are the days, as well as nowadays it goes to the batter. That's close as well. The batter, Gopal, is trying to close his stumps and trying to whack it mid-wicket. Probably the height would have been a reason, but for me, that looks mighty close. Probably next time the bowler was animated. Colonel Phil Mustard behind the stump wasn't so. But I think it definitely looks much closer than the first replay.
It sure did. Hit straight. Don't worry about that. That's 4. If you want to hit somewhere, that's where you hit, the safer zone.
Rubbing salt into the wound of Mujib. I thought previous delivery he should have been given a wicket with that LBW, and right next delivery, little pocket rocker Jeevan Mendes. He's a good player. Identifying the field with bit off in the circle, batting deep in his crease, and goes up and over.
A single, so that brings up the last ball of the innings. 164 for 7. Northern Challengers asked UP Bristars to bat first. And it's the last ball coming up. An uneven full last ball. A single coming back for the second. And they will get it as well. So that's it. End of the innings. 166 for 7 is what the UP Bristars end up with. This is after being put to bat by Chris Gale. They lost the toss and had to bat first. And it was Jermaine Blackwood's innings that was the backbone of their innings. That partnership saw them to the score, and this man, a lot depends on this man. If he gets going, and if he's on song, no total is big enough. So that's the story from here. We are coming to you live from the Shahid Vijay Singh Patik Stadium. This is how it happened.
started the campaign in style. Stayed around for some time, played singles, played dots, and then eventually started ticking off right after that and really anchored the innings when it mattered the most. So this is crucial for the Brit Stars that they have to survive and defend. Picking 6 and 20, depends on how the pitch goes well as well. Chirag Gandhi there, got 59, eventually turning out to be the highest scorer after Jermaine Blackwood, getting it off 43. And the man who has had his stints in Gujarat in domestic. Balls, which means that they have quite the depth which you looked at in the bowling. This was that brilliant twitch thumb by Phil Mustard, and then eventually got a couple of them. Phil Mustard has been great behind the stumps with all of the volleys that he brings in. So Brit Stars have a fight here. Can be a closely contested battle. We're talking about 116, 170 odd runs in 20 overs, and look who's here. Chris Gayle, Mr. Universe, is up and ready for the second season of the Ease My Trip Big Cricket League. How many times have you watched this man batting inside? And yeah, they'll be checking his bat. Well, that's a sign. It doesn't matter. You give him a stick, he'll score sixes with that. That's the kind of power that he brings in. Chris Gayle and Phil Mustard. So this is a powerful opening combo. So the bright smile that Chris Gayle carries, Phil Mustard and both of these guys, I think we are up for a great game of cricket. So the man who's won title, who's been there with the Royal Challengers Bengaluru, and has played a big instrumental knocker in the West Indies cricket team. Yes, the registrations are open for season 3. You can log on to the bigcricketleague.com website, register yourself, and then you can dream of playing with the likes of Chris Gayle, and that can come true only in the Ease My Trip Big Cricket League. And it looks like it would be Cummins off for bowling right now with how the situation has been so far. And the Northern Challengers, if they tick off with Phil Mustard and Chris Gayle batting along, I think it's going to be very incredible. As a member of the ICC T20 Team of the Decade, 2011 to 2020, winning the 2004 ICC Champions Trophy, 2012, and has got most sixes in T20. Gayle, 1,056 sixes from Chris Gayle. Held the record for one of the fastest centuries. And Phil Mustard on the other side, that man from England. If he gets sticking, it's going to be very tough. 192 matches in his favor, or around 4,000 runs. Highest of 140, remember, in the last BCL. In comes Miguel Cummins. Right arm, medium, fast, tall, lanky guy, can put in that bounce when needed. And I'm Roshan Shetty, and I'm joined by Sridath in the commentary box.
Thank you, Roshan. Good afternoon once again, and good afternoon to all of yours once again as well. As bright, sunny, warm, perfect conditions here. It is warm but not too hot, and that's ideal for cricket. And what is more ideal for cricket is that man out there, Universe Boss. Oh, well bowled. And you see the 333 on the back of his shirt. For someone who's a six-hitting machine, his highest score was a wonderful test batsman as well. What a talent and what a player he has been. He has got some work to do. He's joined by Phil Mustard. A good opening stand is the key here.
Actually, when you have a like of oh, that could be close. He's calling in for it. Well, the Northern challengers had their hearts in the mouth for a second. That could have been a disaster if it would have gone in. And it looks pretty fit. There's no problem with that. But you look at that line which came in, movement inside. That could have been a close call. Wonder if it was going down the leg.
Tell you what, Roshan, that was mighty close. If anything, maybe drifting down the leg, but that's very, very close. Living dangerously, the couple of deliveries. Again, a good shape back in, but this time a no ball. So the first run on the board for Northern Challengers. Chasing 167.
And we're just contemplating how the no ball has got in. We'll have a look at it. And oh, possibly his hand. Wow, that's a good way of getting someone mancated, but not that he knew it. Oh, that was yet again tied in. They know how Chris Gale functions very well, but he'll get taking off. Chris Gale opens his account in this contest, and Phil Mustard comes in.
That also brings up the first run of the bat. The first one was a no ball. A very rare occasion when the bowler hits the bail at the bowling end and being called no ball. That was not for overstepping. I'm talking about the previous delivery. Phil Mustard, that brings Mustard on strike for the first time. Again, a very, very handy bat, experienced campaigner. He starts off in style, carved away, but the fielder is there. So he gets off the mark. The two very, very seasoned campaigners. It is Universe Boss. Perhaps nobody else has the right to write something like that on the back of his t-shirt like Chris Gale has. And it truly deserves it.
The overwhelming personality that he carries, just taking it slow and steady. And you know, once he starts hitting out, you cannot stop him right away. The Universal Boss and the number 333, pretty familiar wherever he's played across the world. A generous man. Was having that conversation with him early on in the field. He's so, you know, I think Fabiz mentioned very well that he's taken this league very seriously. When you go and you're talking to the players, playing all the 20 overs. Oh, there it is, but it's gone high. Up in the air, can be a catch. Oh, that's dropped. Will this prove costly? Because Chris Gale has been dropped. And the eyes of the Northern Challengers have literally popped out. And that's the end of that over. It's just 3 runs for the start.
What an eventful last delivery. It was in the air forever. Should have been taken. All kinds of thoughts would have gone through the fielder who was underneath that ball. Look at that once again. Complete miscue. He should have taken it. But in the end, not in a perfect position. Had the time to steady himself, but making a meal of it. And when you drop Chris Gale, invariably, he will make you pay. The UP Bristars will be hoping that they get another go at it. But that's only a hope. Let's see how it goes. Jitin Mavi into the attack to Mustard. Roshan, sometimes when a catch is the ball is in the air and the catch is due, you might even think of who has hit it. And the importance, the significance of a catch might put you under a little more pressure than usual.
I think that's when it becomes important for you to step up your game, especially when you're playing in a league like this, rubbing shoulders with such international players. Your mindset is everything. Nerves of steel is what you need. Finds the gap this time beautifully. Phil Mustard will get the first boundary for himself and the team as well. And this is how cleverly Phil Mustard finds his way out in the contest whenever he gets a chance. A lovely lad. And that's what happens when you push that ball in that limit. Jatin Mavi, not the kind of start he would have wanted. Again, wide off the off, another boundary isn't calling. That will take the gap and go. So 2 back-to-back boundaries. And Phil Mustard easing off that pressure of that last incident which happened where Gale was dropped. I think Chris Gale was really thinking too high about it.
Yeah. Feet in cement. No movement, but when you can have that kind of hand-eye coordination. And when ball sits up like that, all you need to do is to just poke it into the gap. Exactly what the Englishman did over there. He's getting a move on. Oh. It's got a lazy elegance about Phil Mustard. He doesn't seem to be in a hurry. But at the same time, when there is a ball to be put away, he maximizes the scoring opportunities. So, but this time, feet not going anywhere, just a tentative plod. And Chris Gale have played 6 deliveries. He's on 1, had a very tentative start, but it doesn't take him long to switch gears. Everybody's eyes will be on that man. But for the time being, 2 more deliveries. That's hit in the air, over the top. Don't worry about that one. As easy as you like. Third 4 of the over. 1 to go, and Northern Challengers getting a move on. 15 for no loss. This was again in the slot. Hit with some ease.
And you look at that, Phil Mustard. This time, just try to go towards that mid-wicket region for a single. That's the end of that over. It's 15 for 2. More runs out of this we were expecting. Back again, trying to find that gap. Still have a man around with him, especially when you're looking around in a situation where you're expected to chase. So 166 is something which won't be too much of a threat. You've seen chances and idea of inquisitive fans have come down watching Chris Gale as the news spread out in Greater Noida of this man coming in. Chris Gale starts it, and it is. So welcome to the Chris Gale show then. We have started it, and the very first delivery he faced, it goes for a boundary.
Just muscling it, not much of feet movement. just trusting the instinct and his muscles. And just enough, a desperate dive from the fielder, but not quite getting a fingertip to it. Living dangerously is the universe boss. Well bowled, right on the money and paid the respect that it deserved. Chris Gale. Whenever this man is out there, there is action. There is no sedate moment. That's the nature of his play.
And you know, Sri, I mean, the amount of sixes that he has had in T20 cricket. Young fans coming in. I'm sure he's aspiring to play with fingers crossed. I'm not sure if he's praying for his team there. I'm sure he's watching Chris Gale to come up with a few sixes to answer that. We'll have to wait and watch if he can do that. He'll have to wait for now. Chris Gale moves in with a single onto Phil Mustard. Just talking about the amount of sixes that he scored. 142 games in the IPL and of course 4,000 runs in that. And a massive 463 games internationally. And someone who's so popular in India, Sri. I mean, I think he should be given an Indian passport with the amount of time he's here.
Was in the air. Was in the air, wanted a run, but Gale is sending him back. And I caught up with him and asked him, Chris Gale, I told him about him finishing the career of one of my friends. He was taken for 26 runs in an over. And with a typical smile and in a typical fashion, he answered saying, that wasn't the first or the last, buddy. And I said, sure, I'm sure that wasn't. Last ball. A quick single to end the over. Would have been close. He was just jogging. And there was a risk of getting run out there. But again, not to be, he survives. That's the end of over number 3. 23 for no loss.
So, 23 in 3 for the Northern Challengers, who had a decent start in the campaign last time round. This is the first game that they're playing today, day 3. And while you look at how Phil Mustard is tapering through the bowling attack of the UP Brit Stars. So, impact player has been signaled there by the umpire. And Tucker has been brought in as the impact now. Can he create the impact in front of river sweep is gone! You're talking about impact. He gets it right away. Phil Mustard has lost this wicket, trying to river sweep that one. Oh, well, oh dear, oh dear. You should have seen the look on Chris Gale. Phil Mustard will have to walk back.
Was dead straight, trying the reverse sweep, not making contact, but the ball making contact with the stumps. And a brilliant start, an impactful beginning for the impact player. Phil gone, it's 23 for 1. After promising much more, Phil Mustard trying for a cheeky reverse sweep and squandering that start he had, giving away his wicket, one has to say, although one doesn't want to be harsh, but that's what happened. So first wicket down. Remember, they are chasing 167 in this match. This is after winning the toss and asking UP Bristars to bat first. 166 riding on the back of a 59 from the captain Chirag Gandhi.
Ah, buddy. Great ball, buddy. Great ball, buddy. Keep going,
A
guys.
good
Keep
start
going.
for the impact player.
Yeah, I think Tucker came in at a point, was just kind of facing the rat for perhaps dropping Gale
Come on, legs.
and then come back. What a comeback it's been so far. He's watching the field placements. 6 overs into power play. Oh, that was close again, turning it inside. Still no movement.
Take it, boy.
Ah, slightly drifting down the leg side. Has to be seen if it's off the bat or a leg bye. I think it's a leg bye because the bowler was interested. An ambitious appeal. It was more of a wish than any conviction.
And I think, as a matter of fact, the Brit Stars have to get a few early wickets if they really have to look at a chance. And if they're able to get this man out, and the man was kind of dropped him. Tucker has brought in as an impact tree. You'll have to wait and watch. I think Chris Gale against spinners. It's going to be an interesting battle to watch. More and trying to get fuller in length, but goes up for a full toss.
That's why Mustard's wicket is important, because he was looking pretty good. One of these, if they stay till the 15th over, I think it's all over.
Keep going, boys.
Mustard
Huh?
and Gale opening the innings.
Sorry.
The impact player, an amateur, aspiring cricketer. What a start to the over.
Easy. Yeah.
And a single thought of, but not to be. That's the end of the fourth over. 25 for 1.
Go back.
25 for 1 at the end of 4. What we looked at, they lost Phil Mustard earlier on with a couple of fours being smashed away by Phil Mustard. Chris Gale would have that Sainyoja now to just build something from here. We've seen somebody like Shikhar Dhawan. And it's that left-handed batting style of Chris Gale. Once he gets in his groove, it's going to be difficult to stop them. Yeah, again slowly. Oh, he's going to run for that. Chris Gale with jog into that one. And he's just getting comfortable with the pitch. We've just witnessed rains yesterday. And Sorin Tucker will get a reward of the Coram Bronze buzzer after he unleashed that 3 consecutive dot balls in the previous over. So that it is. We had told you we're going to reward every performance that we get in the Big Cricket League, and here it is.
Yes, a wonderful incentive for these cricketers. Sangam played on the onside, and the fielder just escorting, providing the escort to the ball, to the boundary. And first boundary for the new batsman, Sangam. Ten deliveries to go before the first power play ends. They haven't really run away with the chase. Pretty much the UP is in it. Another wicket here, especially that of Chris Gayle, is going to put pressure on the batting. Oh, some intent, but not quite getting hold of it. Trying to walk towards the bowler, something that we have seen Matthew Hayden all those years ago do quite regularly, and India's Robin Uthappa as well.
That's a very clever pick, Sri, with how you thought about it. Robin Uthappa especially. Seen him in the T20 World Cup. And when that onus is on a youngster like this, he's taking the charge. I think Chris would be knowing the way out from here. Comes down the track, can't really connect it. Be denied that single right away.
He looks a bit edgy. Instead of timing the ball, he's just trying to hit everything across. And that is impossible, especially on a pitch like this. I think he needs to cool himself down. Maybe the captain can have a word with him. Very talented person, player. And sometimes, when you want to make an impact, the desperation can get to you. But this time, oh, the fielder was coming around it, but falling dead short. And a single taken. It was in the air, but well short of the fielder in the end. And that brings Chris Gayle on strike for the last delivery of the fifth over. Have a look at it again. It was falling short. Last ball coming up. Outside the off, and it's stopped by the fielder. Good effort. And it's Chirag Gandhi who did that. 2 runs, and that's the end of over number 5, 33 for 1.
The last over of power play right now, 33 for 1. They haven't really capitalized on what they could have done with the fielding restrictions on. And I think Chris Gayle is just, I won't say he's looking rusty, but I think he's just trying to find his groove for sure. Once he gets that couple of shots in his place, and then we are watching some spectacle down.
Okay.
And so far, Sangam out there will be crucial signage to this one.
Oh,
Oh,
what a
spin
beautiful ball,
working
brother.
in.
Tough situation है भाई.
The wicket keeper there, pretty
नौ में
vocal.
5 है.
So
नौ में
I'm
5
sure
है.
they're expecting some fireworks down.
Alert रहना. आएगा.
Oh, that's a quick run. Taken. Ah, needed to be a better throw. But in the end, no damage done. You did mention, Roshan, about people's expectation. It could well be like a volcano, very quietly fuming inside, and once it bursts, it has the power to destruct everything around. Chris Gayle. again and again. And look at the number of sixes he has hit in his career. Unbelievable, isn't it?
Yeah, I think when he knows his track down, he's known to take the bowlers, especially spinners, round as well. With that
Chalo, chalo, boy.
tall stance that he has. Are we expecting a biggie coming out? Oh, that's good bowling length. Oh, that's will run for a boundary. That was misfielded, just running quickly down the ground. Chris Gale is getting it slowly and steadily with the 4 that comes in. So we haven't seen really big of those big shots, but he's taking the score, which is a lot more important in any case.
Very, very poor effort from the fielder. Going through his legs. The captain will be unhappy. That should have been stopped. It's little errors like this that would allow the opposition a foot in the door. Already they're dropped Chris Gale once. They can't afford these mistakes. Oh! I spoke too soon. Chris Gale has been yoked. What a wicket, and he will remember this for the rest of his life. Look at that. And what an occasion in the life of that man who just castled none other than the universe boss, Chris Gale.
Yeah, and looks like he manifested it. He had written a note that he's going to take Chris Gale's wicket, and there it is. What better way to take out the big man? Bamboozled him, and there it is. I'm taking Chris Gale's wicket is what he had written, and he does that right away. So that's the beauty of Big Cricket League, and that's the end of Chris Gale. 14 run per ball. It's 38 for 2.
What a beautiful moment in the life of the young bowler. He knew he had a chance. That's why he kept that note, that little note in his pocket. And as the luck would have it, he was able to step up his performance, and this is beautiful. And as I say, Chris Gale yoked himself there, and the wicket going for a walk. What a moment. He will tell his grandchildren about it. There's no doubt about it. And oh boy, this has to be the most beautiful moment that we have seen in Big Cricket League Season 2 so far. Isn't he a happy man? Saurin Nalin Thakur. And he also gets the bronze buzzer. It is 25,000 you have bagged, young man. Another reason for him to smile.
Yeah, the Quorum bronze buzzer after that wicket that he took, and what a way. And if you're just manifesting to take Chris Gale's wicket, you can get it done out here at the Big Cricket League. The registrations are open for Season 3. You can log on to www.bigcricketleague.com and register yourself and come on the field. And just when you thought that things are going in a downward spiral, in 167 being the target, 2 wickets have already been lost. 3. It's 40 runs, almost next to 40, 38. Power play on. It's a tough ask now.
They need a partnership. They probably need to forget the fact that they are chasing 167. Good thing about a total like 167, once you have a decent partnership and at a decent rate, you know that you're back in the hunt. But having said that, you just can't allow that asking rate to creep up. Oh, inside out. Beautifully played, Angelo Pereira. And that's the end of the power play. 44 for 2 Challengers. That's the end of power play number 1, 44 for 2, chasing 167 Northern Challengers. That's after they won the toss, asked UP Brit Stars to bat first, and the team led by Chirag Gandhi, the batting lineup led by Chirag Gandhi, reaching a score of 166. And in pursuit of a target of 167, they have lost both the openers, big names. Jeevan Mendes comes into attack for the first time. A very wily old fox, difficult to get away. He has the bag which is full of tricks all the time, which we got a glimpse of in the first match. He was instrumental in restricting Mumbai Marines to a target they eventually got. But there was a big shot, a good shot, neat execution. This is how it happened. Inside out, Angelo, he knew precisely what he was doing and did that to absolute perfection. Look at that. Oh, a very, very hard bowler to get away, Jeevan Mendes. And is painfully slow. The ball never reaches him.
Yeah, this was that shot you mentioned about inside out eventually. I think he's getting that ball in the range to take more of that. This time flips on the other side. And still, while he gets that, a very important pressure point moved out when you've lost a wicket. There it is. It was rather going out wide, getting it at the base of his bat. More flight to the delivery. I think Jeevan Mendes is trying to entice them, trying to come ahead down the track, go for a 6 perhaps. Jeevan Mendes has been crucial in that last game, in their first game. 2 wickets around that. This time wanted to go straight down. We'll find that along off active. Oh, that slipped around, but won't be a second one.
With both Gale and Mustard back in the hut, one thing is for sure, there will be some quick running between the wickets, some swift running. Last ball, safely negotiated, well bowled. 7 gone, 48 for 2 Northern Challengers. And it's 2 overs. The commencement of the 14th over. A very, very crucial period. Another wicket here would put pressure on challengers, and that will allow the UP Brit Stars to have their noses slightly ahead. But a few runs in this and the coming over. That's going to be handy for the... Oh, that was close. He almost cleaned him up. No feet movement. Trusting his hands. And in the end, playing a nothing shot. Is pretty lucky to be still there. The ball, in fact, it is another bronze buzzer for Coram, bronze buzzer for Thakur for 3 consecutive dot balls. And he pockets 25,000 rupees.
Should be just single. 74 needed of 38 now. Required almost 12 runs per over. And I've known Angelo Pereira for a long time. He will be itching for a big shot now. Loves playing the left arm spinners. And the areas that usually Angelo Pereira targets is over extra cover, over long off. And that's why I think the skipper of Uttar Pradesh side have made sure the extra cover as well as long off is covered. And the left arm spinner, Thakur, is going to go over the wicket to Angelo.
Beautiful ball. Over, yaar.
He's bowling pretty well, Thakur. Of course, his tail up, confidence quite up after the wicket of Chris Gale.
Keep going, buddy. Keep going, buddy.
Serene Thakur has had a great last ball of the over. A single taken on the leg side, and that ends over number 14. 95 for 4 Northern Challengers in pursuit of a target of 167. 72 required of 36 balls.
.72 needed of 36. So 95 for 4 Northern Challengers. Looking forward to challenge. And well, we have a conversation. We have Suryanshi down there with Phil Mustard.
From the Northern Challengers dugout, I am joined by the wicket-keeper batter from England, Phil Mustard, who is currently playing with all the youngsters here, amateur cricketers. How's the experience being in India?
Oh yeah, brilliant. I love India. I just love the people. I think they're very friendly. They love to play cricket. They're passionate about cricket, and to be part of their culture is beautiful. And I love being around these guys.
Absolutely. And when we talk about the big cricket league, you have been experiencing the youngsters and the seniors. Back to the comms. Back to the comms.
And well, they have lost a crucial wicket. Impact play that's coming. Abhay has lost his wicket. He's been bamboozled by a fantastic delivery. And we're just talking about where the Brit Stars was at this stage. And they've lost another one. And how? Look at that delivery. Boom. There was no way he could play out of that one. Yes, and the Thai 5 comes into picture. Jatin there. And that's how story will be. It will be Abhay Pratap Singh who goes for 3. It's 95 for 5. So, Mohammed Azhar comes inside now from Northern Challengers. I think now they are in a real struggle. And I'm not sure what did they think during the toss. So this was that last wicket which came in. Middle stump and takes it out of the ground. A delight to watch for a bowler. Catastrophe for a batter there. And in that game, hops it for a quick single. Well, we're having Suryanshi down there. Let's hear in what's in store.
And back to the fill, we saw one dismissal happening for Northern Challengers. How tough this challenge looks like for you?
Yeah, I think it's a little bit sticky, the pitch, and I think a few of the guys are struggling a little bit with the spin. It's just gripping a little bit, but I think if we can bat another 5 overs out here, I think we should be there or thereabouts. But yeah.
How tough do you see this chase?
Yeah, it's going to be challenging. I think obviously we've lost some early wickets. It's a shame to lose the likes of Chris Gale and myself, but I think with the local players, they've got abundance of talent, and if they can carry on their form what they showed in the trials, then hopefully we can chase this down.
Talking about the cricket, the game that we all love, a big cricket league is actually promoting the amateur cricketers, and then you having experience from England, playing for international cricketers. How do you feel playing and nurturing the youngsters here?
Yeah, I think it's a great concept. Everybody's came through from a baby playing, and not everybody gets a luxury of being a professional cricketer. So I think this is a great product, and I think the guys who are coming in to play cricket are very enjoyable, very excited, and my job is to give them the experience.
Thank you so much, Phil. That's all from the dugout. Back to the comms.
So they've got their 100 then, the Northern Challengers, but at the expense of losing 5 wickets. And I think there's a throw that came in with that sound which you heard right away. So 100 runs, it's 101 right now. Northern Challengers, the first 50 has come in 45 deliveries and the second in 42. So the sense of urgency has been created, and they realize that they have to really start firing now on. Can Azhar really pull out of? They do have the likes of Pereira there. And Jatin is 10-4 so far in this inning with the likes of Phil Mustard, who we just heard some time back with Chris Gale. Started the show, but couldn't really hang on for a long time. That was again pulled it out towards a little, towards the short third for a single. So 102 there. I think a couple of sixes down. I think this man is really capable of pulling that off. He was really focused at the start.
The record rate just quietly has gone up to 12.58. 10 fours in these innings. I think Angelo Pereira will be the key man for the challengers. Another slower delivery up in the air. Mid-wicket says mine. And that's a good catch. And it is the bronze buzzer for the young man. That's a confirmation. Coram bronze buzzer. A slower delivery gets the job done as Angelo Pereira trying to tonk it over mid-wicket. He has to go back.
Yeah, he tried to smoke that over and tried to get his bat. It was too high at the little distance, and then the bronze buzzer was unraveled with that brilliant catch from Jermaine Blackwood. Yeah, these strong hands. Again, the thigh fight comes in. So there it is. Pereira goes. That's a big jolt to Northern Challengers. He goes for 32. It's 102 for 6. So 102 for 6 then. They've lost quick back-to-back wickets. So Subodh Bhati, who had a decent campaign so far in this game with the bowl, has come out to bat now. And I'm not sure the Northern Challengers would have really expected this. Well, Bhati, and then it's again towards Pereira, who lost this last wicket earlier on. Mavi bowling it.
We do have an uninvited guest in the field. There you go. Almost the 12th man in the field for the fielding side. The square leg umpire is doing his best to send him over, but I don't think he's loving the game. He's in the field.
Yeah, for ways, I think we come to that. So, oh, he tried to gets an under edge. Oh, they have an extra fielder. We look like that. Well. I think now they realize that. The umpires realized. But I think they're just enjoying the company. And when you have a fielder, come spectator. Oh, yes. Oh, he's comfortable now. He's a cute small guy. But this was the under edge which came in. So, and he's quickly running out. Oh, he has his time. Hello, friend. Are you having a good time at the big cricket league? Oh, poor guy. Yep. Being chased now. He's gone out. Oh, thankfully so. Bhati has come in. Azhar will be accompanying him. And now it really looks a little tight on the Northern Challengers end. UP Brit Stars have really tightened the noose around the Northern Challengers. Cut that through for a single.
Yeah. 2 for 17 for Thakkar, who has bowled brilliantly. I thought he has been exceptional. This is the dismissal of Angelo Pereira, trying to go over mid-wicket. That's his favourite shot, but no timing. Just the height, no distance, and Blackwood, usually safe as houses, takes it easy.
Yeah, got slightly confused out there. Thakkar came in with his impact player, took 2 wickets out there. And there it is, the man has really got the impact. Unraveled the bronze buzzer, the Corden bronze. Jatin Mavi has also activated that bronze buzzer.
Easy one.
And he's got that, didn't really connect too well. Bhati there, I think they really have to take the chance right now. We are in the 16th over, and the run rate, the demanding one, the required rate is just going on, taking higher and higher while we're checking the ball. And I think I'm not sure what the batter is thinking out there, not really happy with what's happening. Last ball for the impact player. Can he get another one? Oh, cut that down. That's not the send-off we'd want. But that's 4 runs coming in for Northern Challengers. And that's 110 for 6 after that boundary. So that's how the story looks like. 57 needed of 24. And the impact player does very well to take with Bhati coming in. Yeah, he's taken a good catch. Looking at Shubham perhaps. Bhati on strike. And Mujib is coming. The field has been set out pretty wide now. And a long off, long on. With a deep mid wicket as well. On towards square leg. Oh, smacks that out. Has the distance. Just about it. So we'll have to wait and watch. There could be a check. Bhati then. I think they're firing right now. But looks challenging from here on. We'll have a close look at that eventually. We're still confirming that one. But I think it was pretty easy to understand. We'll have a look here. Swung that completely. Oh, well, just a difference of angles, perhaps, sometimes. It's a boundary given out.
Yeah, Bhati loves the mid-wicket area. I think this is where Mavi got to be a little careful trying to bowl straight. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Back of the lane this occasion. That was the seam-up delivery. And the stumps go cartwheeling.
So Dr. Otto Silva buzzer has been activated after that. And he has got it in his favour. Mavi there. Incredible effort in this contest so far. A challenge accepted. So things are turning on right now. And you see that right away. Interesting. Very interesting. So Jatin Mavi has taken 3 now. So challenge accepted. Jatin Mavi. So he's heading towards the golden buzzer if he takes another one. From bronze to Dr. Otto Silver. This is why he was here. Look at that. The release is good. And then cleaned him up completely, trying to attempt that big shot. And the thigh fire in the air. So looks like after the impact player, Jatin Mavi has created another big impact onto that. So 4 balls for him to take another wicket to move on to the golden one. If that does not happen, he's brought back to the bronze. Oh, that's one delivery. So this really brings up a lot of interesting conversation. He's going on for 2, if not really.
Bowl it nice and full, Mavi. I think that's the way forward. Ideal look, opportunity. 35 of 9, I think that is out of the equation. It's all about the all eyes will be on Mavi. Can he pick up his 4th?
3 balls for that golden buzzer to turn on. That's the most interesting part. So a wicket that is needed right now. It really makes things interesting, makes it a lot more competitive in the East Matriply Cricket League. More fuller in length, he tried to get that, but a run for a boundary. Not what really expected on that one. Jatin Mavi, after a fabulous run at the start with the wicket. It's just getting that 4. So 136 for 9 is what looks like. Just 1 wicket off to go, with Bhawar coming in at number 11. And that's what is... so we'll have to wait and watch if we can clean it up in the next 2 balls. It'll be a fairy tale ending. And well, just gets another one. So just remind all of viewers, he may end up in the bronze buzzer again, the quorum bronze buzzer, if he doesn't get a wicket in this last delivery. And it's just new rules that is getting a lot of things excited. So kudos to the technical team. So while they've accepted the challenge, it's also imperative for you all to stick to that. You have a chance to take 25,000, 50,000, perhaps a lakh home. What happens in this delivery? Oh, that's slightly wide outside leg, and is relegated to the bronze buzzer. So no problem, but I think he's done a fabulous job when you look at the cricketing perspective. And Jatin Mavi, bronze buzzer. That'll be the end of the over. Quorum bronze buzzer, 138 for 9. So, power on to Mujib. I think it's just the Brit Stars are 1 wicket away from an impressive victory. Straight ball down. I think Cummins. Jatin Mavi would be the pick of the bowlers, while you look forward to open that option of a golden buzzer after the Dr. Ortho silver buzzer. And that's how the big cricket league is unfolding right in front of your eyes. All the players, the amateur players, have a chance to win big in this big cricket league. Cummins in the last over smacks that again off for a single. I think the only thing that they're now concerned about is the net run rate. Reduce the margin of runs that you can get. It's 4 balls in the last boundary, and Cummins has got just 1 in 17 and a stipulated 4th over. Going straight down again. Cummins comes into it. So looking at that last when Mavi gone, and this was the first wicket, completely clean bowled him. And after that, immediately the challenge was accepted. Yeah, he took it. That's how you need to embrace it. The thumbs up is not a like button. It's a challenge accepted button. Now you know. And when he came about the next 4 deliveries, some would have been contemplating why take the chance. But anyway, just about in the contest of winning it. More fuller in length this time. Tried to yoke him. 141. 26 needed in the last 2 deliveries. That's something that 16 to 20 when you see it. Just 48 runs which came about for the UP Brit Stars. Northern Challengers had it coming as well.
Right, Miguel Cummins, he's hungry for his 2nd wicket. But he's going nice and full. I reckon going length, back of the length. It's going to be very, very important if he wants his 2nd wicket. I think he's just been trying too many things. There you go. Going for the Yorker.
Chris Gale, the man, won't be happy with the performance of his team somehow. But still, there's a long way to go in this contest. This is the first game. UP Brit Stars have started brilliantly and bowled as well. The likes of Jatin Mavi, Thakkar. An overall performance. This time, just that 1 ball, and that'll be the end of it. It is the UP Brit Stars who have won by 24 runs in this contest, and an overall all-round performance from the team has got them this. So back-to-back 2 victories for UP Brit Stars, and the best part is in the last season they just won 1 game, and here they are in the very first 2 games they've won both of them. And Brit Stars have really kept their temperament, the character on in this contest. Just when you look at that. So that man possibly, you're looking at a good performance from his end. We all wait to watch who would be the man of the match in this contest. In that contest which unfurled in front of your eyes here at the Shahid Vijay Singh Pathik Sports Complex in Greater Noida. And when you look at that performance from UP Brit Stars, Shikhar Dhawan would be a proud captain. Brit Stars would be keen to continue that winning onslaught in their favor. Great stuff coming in eventually from both these teams. The Northern Challengers put up that. I think perhaps it would have started with the decision of with the toss. You know, the pitch has been slowly coming down.
Yeah, massive win for the UP Bridge Stars. One day before yesterday as well, and today winning it comprehensively without their main skipper or the skipper of the side, Shikhar Dhawan. They'll be happy side. For the Northern Challengers, I think they do have the personnel to get the job done. A lot to ponder about, a lot to discuss about. I'm pretty sure it's all about getting together, making sure they play one good game to get their momentum, get their confidence back.
So that's how the story has been for the Northern Challengers when they came down to bat. Gale and Mustard could have given them the performance almost on 30 when they started, but they couldn't really survive after that. Only that Angelo Pereira small cameo which he played with 32 was the highest in that contest. And that's not something you look about in innings like this.
Has won it against Northern Challengers by 24 runs, and I am joined by another Challengers captain, none other than the universe boss, Chris Gale. Chris, this is the opening match for the team. It didn't unfold as expected. At what moment do you think that was a decisive moment and you lost the plot?
Yeah, a disappointing start to the first game, unfortunately. But I thought we bowled well. We started well with the ball, picking up some early wickets. But I thought Blackwood and the captain played a fantastic innings and they built a partnership. And actually, set a decent total to actually, put us in a position to actually chase 160. So at the end of the day as well, we didn't get the right start with the bat. Myself and Mustard, had a slow start, but we got a few chances as well, but we just didn't capitalize on it.
Taking a leaf out of your answer only, you did your bowling unit phenomenal, but do you think that they could have restricted more runs?
Not really, to be honest with you. I mean, like I said, those two guys batted really well, and on this sort of wicket, once you're in, that's the best thing to do, best time to score as well. It's always going to be difficult for the guy coming in to score. The ball get a bit older, the wicket get a bit slow as well, so it's always going to be difficult for the guy coming in to try and hit from ball one. But we just didn't lay the foundation with the bat properly. Like I said, it's the first game. Some youngsters in the team as well, so hopefully them actually can go on to the next game and win it.
Absolutely, and these players must have prayed for this day to play under you and with you in your leadership. How do you enjoying this stint with Big Cricket League?
Yeah, a lot of them are pretty much excited to actually, see the universe boss in the flesh from both teams as well. And it's actually good to share the dressing room with these guys. I don't see them often, and I don't get the chance or the privilege, most of them, to be up so close and personal. So, once, I can interact with them, and I'll do my best to actually share whatever tips they want, and whatever they want, they can always come to me and ask me. Feel free to come, take photos and all those things. But it's just unfortunately, it's just one game. But like I said, hopefully next year, season 3, Universe Boss will be back.
Absolutely, every setback paved the way for the comeback, and who can do it better than the Universe Boss? Thank you, and all the best for the next match.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Who's coming in now, buddies?
Yes, Manesh.
Oh, break.
यार बताए तो सारे.
Oh, break.
Jatin Saini, one approach.
चलो यार.
किसका
Can I go and get a quick picture with
Jatin